Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For today's Throwback Thursday review, it's going to be a little special because we're going to be taking a look at a bunch of Megamans. So for this one, we're going to be taking a look at the 4-inch Nell Megaman, the classic one. Been waiting a long time to get this guy, and actually Zen Market kind of came through. I got this, and then the two other like double pack releases, all for I think under 300, which was amazing. And then we're also going to be taking a look at today just to compare all the new Megamans because I got this guy in. Going to be taking a look at the MDLX Megaman just to see how these guys compare and which one is worth tracking down. So let's get these guys out of their boxes and take a closer look. And here we have both Megaman out of their packaging. The MDLX one is one that's a little bit, far more shiny actually. The face is a little different as well, and the blues are different on this guy. It's more of a, I don't even know what color to call this. Like a deeper, like baby blue, where this guy is actually baby blue, and then has the nice like cobalt blue for the helmet and the gloves, the pants, and then the boots. Getting up close on the faces, I really like the Sentinel version of Megaman. Like that just looks like Megaman to me. This one looks like Megaman, the MDLX Sentinel one, but or I don't even think this is Sentinel. Yeah, this is 3.0, sorry. It definitely, I don't know, something's off about it. It doesn't look as cute as this Megaman. Like this looks like a Megaman from some specific artwork that they chose to use to reference him from. The side, his arms, hands look pretty similar. This guy's got more of like a rounded, like chunky look to him. This Megaman is a little bit more defined, as you can see, like his knuckles here. And then coming down to the boots, bigger boots, they're really shiny. He's also got metal in them. And so on the bottom, the one thing that's really cool is that these are, it's like a translucent kind of red paint that's painted over it. And then this is just regular red paint here. So that looks pretty cool. But yeah, overall they look pretty similar. They stand, this one's like a little bit taller than this guy. And then on the back, you can see like the engineering here, how they cut into the back of the boot, and then they cut in just a little bit here. But let's go over the articulation. So we'll start with the Sentinel version. He can look up about this much, look down if his torso doesn't move, about that much. He can look side to side. It's a little difficult because his head is on, I don't even know what you call it. It's like this, it's like a peg of some sort. I don't know if I can pull it out so you could see. See, I think you can take off. Yeah, I don't think that's, it can definitely come out, but getting it out, it's probably gonna be very difficult. It's like okay, so getting into the articulation of these guys, the Sentinel Megaman can look up about this much, look down about that much. The neck is put in at a slant, but he can still look side to side. It's kind of weird actually trying to pose his head and neck. One of the things I don't like, they could have just done like a double ball peg and called it good. And you can also see like his face easily comes off, depending on how you pose him. And then his arms go up pretty high actually, so he can hit that, the classic jump pose. Then he does have a butterfly joint, which again, these joints are all very small. And this is a problem. So because it's so small and it's like weirdly engineered, he can oftentimes just come apart, which is frustrating. But once he's together, like it's really cool. So he can get his fists up really close to him. Looks nice from the back. Don't mind that. He has double jointed elbows, but it looks like it's on a single joint, but it gets better than 90. He does have a bicep swivel. And then he can bring his arms back about that much. For torso articulation, it does move around all the way. You can get him to crunch forward about this much. Of course, there's going to be a gap in the back. he can go way back. So that's really nice. This like diaper piece is not soft, but it doesn't matter because he can move without that being a hindrance. And of course, he can twist a little bit at the bottom, but not a ton. It's really just going to be at the top or at the like right under the rib cage. For his legs, he can do this full splits. He can kick up to about here, which is really nice. Double jointed knees. And of course it's going to look ugly, but what else can you do with a figure this small? They could probably figure out something, but I'm not too upset about that. And then the foot here, even though it's big, you can kind of pull it out in order to get a really nice ankle rocker. And it points up about that much and down about that much. And then you can tuck it kind of back in when he's just in like a neutral stance. But he doesn't have any toe articulation. And then for the hands, they can rotate, pivot, swivel, and they're just on this straight peg here, which is interesting. I don't mind that, and I really like how seamless this looks. Yeah, so that's it for the Sentinel Megaman articulation. And again, there goes his arm. Put this back together. Yeah, I really wish there was a way to like... The other side doesn't do that, it's just this one side. But because he's so small, it's so fiddly. Alright, let's get him out of the way. Then looking at the brand new Megaman offering. This guy's a little stiff because he's out in the cold. But his head can look up about this much. He can look down about this much, which is a lot more than the Sentinel. Look side to side, no problem. This feels a whole lot better to move around than this guy, so that's why I wish this guy had this type of face, because this would have been perfect and I wouldn't have to track down the Sentinel. It's like my definitive Megaman on my shelf. For arms, they go about this high, so not as high as the Sentinel, but good, and they don't come out. Really nice rotation. And then for butterfly joint, he can literally turn him around properly, get this pivoted, literally cross his arms over his chest, which is awesome. Then he has a bicep swivel up here. You can hear that squeak. And then double jointed elbows, which is great. And they look good. On here they look good as well. You just see like the little ball joint there. The little hinge. And then for his torso, he can go back. Pretty much just like this guy. But if you were to compare the two, I think this one actually goes back, yeah. So they both go back, but this one goes back a lot more. Then he can tilt side to side. And just using the top ab crunch, you really can't get a ton of motion, but it kind of, you crunch forward a little bit, and then using both to crunch forward, crunches forward that much, and then there's no gap in the back. So it's really nice. I like how they had the sculpting for his back there. That looks really good. And then it's really cool too, he has the red jewels like actually on the side of his helmet, whereas the 4-inch Nell version just has it painted just like the bottom of the boots. That also has this portion to where the helmet kind of comes up into the rest of the helmet to help him look up. But this one does not need that. It's just a full helmet. And again, his arm falls off. That'll just be a running gag. His arm is just constantly off. For his legs, again, this is not a soft diaper. This is, it feels more of like a cold, it's not even really cold actually, but it just feels like a really, really hard material. So doing the splits, he can do them. Gets up to about that much. He does have a thigh swivel. And then he kicks up, not a ton, but it does a job. About that much. And his legs, even though they're metal, they aren't weighing down the actual leg here. And then for the double jointed knee, full double jointed knee, no problems there. Like how it looks. And then getting it back down. And also the Sentinel does have a thigh swivel as well. And then for his boot, works on the same kind of principle as the Sentinel, so you can kick it out and it goes up about that much, down about that much, and then you can get it into that ankle rocker, which is really nice. And then the hand, again, is really, really seamless. So if you're not paying attention, you might think that it's just all one piece. And then it's on this like metal double ball peg, which is really cool. I think this whole thing is like some sort of metal. I think most of it is metal. I know the helmet is. Seems like the arms are probably the legs and maybe the diaper piece, and then the rest is like plastic. But yeah, no, this guy is awesome. I mean, they both have similar articulation. I guess it just really comes down to aesthetic-wise, which one do you like? Again, I really, really love the face on the 4-inch Nell, but this arm situation, if this is how it was when it first came out, like, that's really annoying. I've got this guy new in box, so that's really annoying. But let's move these guys out of the way and take a look at what they come with. So because it doesn't have a ton, we're going to start out with the 4-inch Nell. So he does come with an alternate face, which is like a teeth gritted face. This looks really nice. Really have no complaints. Love all the paint, the sculpt work, like that just looks like classic Mega Man. He doesn't have like a line to separate his teeth to show it's gritting, but that's pretty accurate for how Mega Man looks in artwork. That is really, really nice. And then he comes with a pair of splayed out hands, which are chunky and in the Mega Man aesthetic. And they're connected on this little peg, or a little like bar. If you want more faces for him, you can buy the extension kits, which is pretty cool. The first one that comes with Cutman still comes with like the teeth gritted face and the smiling one, but then the other one that's like, I think it's Jet Mega Man and then Power Rockman, Rockman Mega Man, same difference. But he comes with a mouth open face and I think a smiling face that shows teeth. I have to take him out of the box to see. But beyond that, the 4-inch Nell does come with his Mega Buster, which is really cool, and then the red dot is painted. So you just pop out his arm and then you can put this on. And then the last thing he comes with is a stand, which I don't plan on using. This thing is huge. I don't see any reason why you would want to use it, but like versus a Tamashii stand or something like that, that's a little smaller and easier to kind of get on the shelf. Now for the accessories for the 3-0 Mega Man, because I got the special edition version and not just the regular one, he does come with one extra accessory. And that extra accessory is this little life up icon. It's just a hunk of plastic that has a little life up. That's pretty cool to like have it on your shelf in Mega Man, and then he has like the little life up. I don't really think it's like an exclusive, but that's fine. They're both the same price, so if you can get it, just get the like exclusive version, the event exclusive one. And then he comes with an E-tank, if I can get it out of here. And this is cool, and you can use this even if you have the 4-inch Nell one. It's clear, it's all blue, has E on the front, silver on the top and bottom. You can't open it or anything. And I don't even really think he has a way to like really hold it, but it's cool to have. Then he also comes with his Mega Buster, which inside has that nice red paint, which will look light. And then he has the yellow or the gold for him. Show like the energy level. Then that's how you stick it in. And then for an alternate face, he too comes with an angry teeth gritted face, which is really cool. And just to compare the two. Pretty similar skin tone. I feel like this guy has a little bit more red to his skin than this one. Again, as you can see, very different art style. But they're both Mega Man, so I guess it just depends on what you like. And then for a couple more accessories that are pretty cool, one, he comes with like some relaxed or like cupping hands. You could probably use this to hold the E-tank or hold the life up. And of course it, you know, to grab the top of the Buster to show like he's bracing himself as he's firing it. And then you have the effect part, which is something that the 4-inch Nell one should have came with, but it didn't. This is really cool. This is a charge shot. And I wonder, actually, if you could put this. No, it's too big. So you can't put this on there, on the 4-inch Nell one. But you could probably set it up to where it looks like he's firing it. But you can attach it to this one. Honestly, I have no clue how you attach to this. Definitely should read the instructions. But, you know, it does attach onto the end here. We can actually pull out the instructions and see how that works. Let's see. We'll do this. We'll do it live. Okay. So let's see. So it looks like... Okay, so I did have the right ideas. So if you take the little end piece off of his buster, then you can actually attach that blast effect, which this looks like it requires you to kind of pry it off. I don't think it's just an easy turn and twist, because it's definitely not twisting. But yeah, you can definitely take that off and then put the blast effect on, which is pretty cool. Out of accessory spread, I mean, I like the MDLX accessory spread. I wish the Sentinel would have came with at least a blast part or something like that. But I understand they wanted to sell you other kits. Yeah, so that's their accessories. Let's get into some size comparisons. Alright, so as you can see, the Sentinel and then the 3.0 Megaman are shorter than the Jada Toys Megaman, and they are shorter than the Sentinel Cutman, and even shorter than the Sentinel Megaman EXE, which, bringing these two together, kind of seem they're pretty much the same height, but he's definitely, I don't know if it's just because this guy's neck, but he's definitely taller than him. But then the Sentinel and the Megaman EXE from the 4-inch Null, or the Sentinel Megaman EXE is definitely the same size as the 3.0 Megaman. And then comparing just the Jada Toys in this one, again, this one has the face that's very, like, cartoony. Literally the same thing as this guy, just not as much detail. So that's the face I wanted for this guy, but that's, I mean, it's neither here nor there. They're going to make it, and they keep making, you know, more of these guys because they have 2 other versions that are coming out. But yeah, just looking at all 3 together, this guy is definitely going to be taller, so neither of these are going to scale with any of the Robot Masters that he comes with. The cool thing is that this Cutman is pretty tall, so you could kind of, if you have him, you can maybe get away with this, but his head is huge, so he just looks like kind of like a big baby compared to him. But you can definitely do this. I think this could work. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, out of all 3, these guys, this one's definitely the smallest, and then he's kind of in the middle, a little bit taller, as you can kind of see here. Just having them line up. He's like just a little bit taller, but he's definitely not going to scale with any of your Jada Toys stuff. And then here they are next to a NECA Leonardo from the TMNT movie, and then the white Dino Thunder Ranger. Again, they're tiny, they're small. Megaman isn't supposed to be huge, so this could work out. But yeah, I still think they'd look pretty cool together. And then here they are compared to some of their Capcom friends, I guess. Chun-Li is, you know, adequately, I think, paired with these guys. I think she kind of blends into how that scaling would work. But I'd have to go back and look at Marvel vs. Capcom to even see. And then M. Bison is huge, which can just be fun, just seeing him tower over both versions of Mega Man. So I think either of these will work pretty good too for like a Marvel vs. Capcom display. And then speaking of Marvel vs. Capcom, if you have a ton of Marvel Legends and you want to get this guy, this is how they scale up. Again, I think this looks really good for like a scale. I mean, he's not supposed to be super huge, so it's kind of cool having Mega Man, you know, look up to Iron Man and then be kind of on par with Spider-Man, almost looking like a kid next to him, but I still think this looks really good. So for final thoughts, I mean, both of these guys are pretty cool. Just from my personal preference alone, I would definitely either pick up the original 4-inch Nell Megaman if you can find him for a cheap price, or the Jada Toys. I mean, I like this guy. I love his articulation. He's really fun to handle, but it's really just the face on him. Like, it doesn't scream Mega Man to me. At least completely classic Mega Man. So I don't know what artwork they use, if they're supposed to be like Mega Man 11 or something. But no, I would really prefer if he had this face on this body, then that would be perfect. Wouldn't need this guy, would stop collecting the Jada Toys line for Mega Man, besides like favorite Robot Masters if they're not, if 3-0 isn't going to make any. But yeah, I mean, they both move great, and I know I didn't review this guy, but if you have him, I mean, he's great for what he costs, 25 bucks. But these guys do afford you that extra articulation. The paint, the sculpting is all on point. It's just a premium figure, so it's definitely worth it. And I think this guy is literally only 40 bucks, even the event exclusive version that comes with the 1-up. So I definitely recommend you pick him up, because this guy is not going to be $40. I was lucky to even find him for under 100, brand new and sealed, so that was awesome. And then, you know, just looking and comparing the details, if you like the matte finish, then go with this guy. If it doesn't really matter to you and you want him to look more like a robot, go with this one. Again, really looking at him, I mean, I don't hate his face, I just really, really wish it looked like this. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and which Mega Man is your favorite. Are you happy with Jada Toys? Are you gonna pick up the 3-0? Do you want to just track down the 4-inch Nell, or if you already have the 4-inch Nell, do you even care about getting another Mega Man for your shelf? Let me know, because I'm definitely a little conflicted as to which one I should keep. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care and have a great rest of your day, guys.